Yun, progress na. Boom! So, good evening, guys. Hello, hello. Dami na tayo. 22 sa Zoom call. Good evening, everyone. Hello. Yes. Recording. Recording. Ang pa ba? Yan, okay. No need for, what do you call this? No need for the other rooms. Yan. So today's topic is the final warning. Sobrang clickbait ng title. Pero 99% of crypto traders will be poor if they don't learn this. So natutuwa ako kasi I've thought of this PowerPoint 2, 3 weeks ago and it's tough to make. And lately, si Bitpinas, just this week, they launched the Philippine version of Coinfessions. Ano to? So yung Coinfessions is yung mga confessions of crypto traders, kaya nga Coinfessions, of how they made money or how they lost money. And majority of the stories that they're publishing are how a lot of Pinoys lost money. And that's why sobrang sakto ng timing ng title na to. Final warning, 99% of the crypto traders will be poor if they don't learn this. Kasi majority of them, some of them break even, yung mga stories doon. But if you go to crypto Twitter, meron talagang Coinfessions, mas maraming nalulugi doon. And they lose in USDT, dollars. Mga foreigners and kano yung nalulugi, nadudurog. And masakit yun kasi wala na yung meme coin frenzy eh. So, minsan lahat ng naipon nila sa bull run nawala. Even from last bull run, ginamble nila lahat this bull run. Ayun, nawala. Binawi ni Miss Market, which is one of Boss Z's favorite sayings, 'di ba? Naging pira na, pera na, naging bato pa. So with the geopolitics happening around the world, with Trump, Putin, Zelensky, BBM Duterte, we don't know what's going to happen, but I know 100% sure if you don't do these things that I'm about to share, you're going to be poor this 2025. So, where are we in the market structure? If Boss Z was here, he said in his previous post now we have legs up. So, could be here 3-1, 3-2, 3-3. We don't know. Pero hirap na si Bitcoin umangat past 100,000. That's clear. So, we're somewhere here and could be heading to bear or pa-bear na tayo. Or yung some people are calling it bear na nga tayo eh. Pero let's see. We don't know. Alam ko lang gold all-time high. Doon ako at heavy ngayon. So from our previous videos, I think there's 7 videos now. You can go check them out on the ZFT YouTube channel. They're all free. And this is one of the slides that I shared that making money is a skill, maintaining money is a discipline, and multiplying money is an art. And this is what we're going to lead into today. Pero different attack naman, different approach. So my 4 points are USDT. Yan. Everybody loves stables pag down market. Understood the assignment, save, spend, splurge, diversify, and this is war. So USDT. So we'll start with point number 1. Understood the assignment. So what does this mean? This is a Gen Z term. And in 2025, what this means is it's a slang term used to describe someone who has done an outstanding job on a task or a project. It means that they not only completed the assignment but also exceeded expectations. So sobrang excellent nila. And ginagamit to sa TikTok when there's a funny video and that person exceeded the expectations of the viewer and they will leave a comment. Syempre, sabihin nila, this person understood the assignment. So question for 2025, do you understand your assignment? Diba? Are you exceeding your own expectations? Or are you being excellent first quarter pa lang? Kasi tapos na eh. Next week, April na. And Holy Week pa. Diba? Just now, April 1 declared holiday. I hope it's not a April Fool's joke by BBM. Pero, yun. Plan your long weekends na. April 1, holiday. So, John 5, our first verse. John 5:16-20, the authority of the Son. And this is Jesus. 16. So because Jesus was doing these things on the Sabbath, the Jewish leaders began to persecute him. In his defense, Jesus said to them, My Father is always at his work to this very day, and I too am working. For this reason, they tried to all the more to kill him. Not only was he breaking the Sabbath, but he was even calling God his own father, making himself equal to God. So nagalit yung mga pari dati. Bakit sinasabi mo tatay mo si Jesus and nagtatrabaho ka sa Saturday nila, yung rest day? So pero sabi ni Jesus, yeah, in verse 19, Jesus gave them this answer. Very truly, I tell you, the Son can do nothing by himself, and he can only do what he sees the Father doing, because whatever the Father does, the Son also does. For the Father loves the Son and shows him all he does. Yes, and he will show him even greater works than these, so that you will be amazed. So, what does this mean? Ano yung ginagawa ni Jesus? Yung ginagawa ni God, the Father. Parang, ha? Lalim naman yun ah. Kasi you see, lahat ng ginagawa ni God, nangyayari na sa heaven. God doesn't have a past, present, future. God is eternal. Grabe, deep teaching, di ba? God is eternal. He's outside of time. Tayo lang yung mga tao, may concept of time, di ba? Parang back to the future, may past, may present, may future. Isipin mo, kung past, present, future, itong line na to, God is there. Even before He made time, beginning of the world, yung Big Bang or evolution, nandun siya. What you're going through, nandun siya. And end of the world, nandun siya. God is eternal. And what He's doing, yun yung ginagawa ni Jesus. Kaya ang daming milagro, di ba? Jesus had a lot of miracles and Jesus did 100% success rate. Lahat ng hinil niya, gumaling, lahat ng pinag-pray niya, na-encourage, ang daming miracles nangyari because nakita niya, yun yung pinapagawa ni God sa kanya. He was so connected to God na ginagawa niya yung pinapagawa ni God the Father, tas nagiging paldo siya, nagiging successful siya. So this is one of my first points because Jesus understood the assignment. Na in John 5:19, the Son can do nothing by himself. He can only do what he sees his Father's doing. So pag sabi ni God, ito, this blind person, pag pray mo yan, healing siya, yan yung pinocus ni Jesus. Yun yung in-FF niya. Yan yung tinutukan niya. And just like in crypto, where we keep a watch list, di ba? Like what Boss Z did, paldo siya sa Plume as of this writing, and XRP, woo, ayun, umangat ulit. We have to watch ano yung pinapa-focus natin ni Jesus. And we have to do ano yung pinapa-focus natin sa atin ni God the Father and Jesus and the Holy Spirit. Yun. So far, this 2025, if you haven't done so yet, you should do introspection and introversion. You should think, ano mga mistakes na nagawa mo this 2025 first quarter para maka-adjust ka sa second, third, fourth quarter, di ba? Para we have a great year. Most companies kasi, di ba, they release the quarter earnings. So stocks, di ba, quarter earnings, ganun. So nag-a-adjust yung company and nag-a-adjust rin yung tao sa portfolio nila. How about you? Yung personal life mo, nag-a-adjust ba tayo? Yung mindset natin, is it the same as 2024? Are we doing the same mistakes or are we learning something new and applying it? Yung spending habits natin, like from our previous videos, are we still spending the same way? Musta credit card bills? Musta yung how we're using our crypto, di ba? Cash out, bili cellphone agad. How about saving? Which is, yan, spoiler alert, our topic later. Ano yung natatabi natin for the future? Which looks bleak right now because of all these geopolitics. How about yung splurging habits? Yung deserve ko to, mine, add to cart. Ang daming sale ngayon, no? Kamusta naman yung splurge natin or add to cart natin or yung mga seb pass natin, piece of fare? Or how about gambling? Some of our friends na-addict na sa meme coin nung nawala, nagsascatter na or doing other gambling. Sobrang daming gambling billboards na sa Philippines right now. So sobrang ang sama. So what are we doing? How are we pivoting in these dark times? And what is our Judas moment? Kasi maybe some of you are in one right now. Maybe papunta ka na sa Judas moment and God is trying to stop you. Hey, don't do that. That person, I told you don't hang out with that person, you'll get wrecked. Ayun. Or maybe don't buy that crypto, it's not for you. Yung forex na yan, wag. Yung stock na yan, wag. Or maybe you should be buying certain cryptos and exchanges, di ba? Yun yung gusto ni God. So we have to check what's doing it good and what's going as bad. Shh. So yeah. So this is what happened kay Sakamoto. This is one of the animes that Boss Z and I watched. So what happened in this episode? So si Sakamoto, sobrang legendary assassin siya. And this is the trending anime in 2025. So if you're watching this in 2026, just rewatch this. So this in this episode, he's a legendary assassin and he's watching his student uh, in a rabbit costume fighting a stronger assassin. He's just been poisoned. That's why ito on the right, pula yung mata niya, 'di ba? Parang nagdo-drug siya. And he can't fight the stronger assassin. But his strength is that he is a clairvoyant, meaning he can read people's minds. Alam niya yung ano yung thoughts niya. So how did he win against the stronger assassin while being poisoned? He read Sakamoto's mind, 'di ba? If you watch the episode, sabi ni Sakamoto, and this is just verbatim, 'di ba? Left, right jab, uppercut, right hook. Nababasa niya. So maski niya di niya kita yung kalaban or poison siya, alam niya yung counter punch or yung counter move. And eventually he won that fight because yun nga, he was listening to the master. Oh, ang ganda 'di ba na connect kay Jesus. So, are we listening to Jesus? Are we doing what he wants us to do, 'di ba? Sometimes it's not even crypto or trading related. Sometimes it's donate to that person, that charity or that church or that pastor. Forgive your parents who've caused you so much mother and father wounds, yung generational trauma. Sometimes it's makipagbalikan or makipagbreak with a certain person. We don't know. I don't know what God's speaking to you, pero syempre, kung yun yung pinapagawa ni God, gawin na natin this 2025. Sometimes, later on, I'll share more stories. So this is me and this is Thomas Chow. Si Thomas Chow and he's the CEO of Gobi Founders. He was able to give a talk last month and I was one of the attendees. So ang ganda ng talk niya. So ano ba yung Gobi Founders na yan? So this guy is $1.6 billion ang portfolio niya. Imagine mo, port mo at port ko, di ba? 1 million pesos, 2 million, 5 million. Siya, 1.6 B ang hawak niya. 1.6 B. And, di ba? Sobrang liit lang natin compared to this Gobi Partners guy. And he was able to give a speech. And ang dami niyang lessons na shinare sa talk na to. And some of the slides will be in I'll show them here kasi I took some photos. So, yung Gobi, nung pandemic, ang dami nilang paldo. Ang dami nilang businesses na nag-flourish and that's when he made a lot of money. Kasi ano yung ibig sabihin ng exit? Meaning, nag-invest sila sa company, then they sold that company to another person. Yan ang exit. So, in $155 million cash returned. And yung total round-ups, meaning may marami pang ibang gusto mag-invest. Kaya binenta nila yung shares nila sa mga new investors. So they were able to raise, yan, sa baba, babam, 5B USD. Ang dami nilang investments, ang dami nilang cash na pinaikot. And this was pandemic 2021 was the NFT bull run. Then 2022, bear, di ba? 2023, gulo. 2024, yun, Trump elections, bull run. So, ang dami niyang businesses. He's always investing year after year. Ang dami niyang entrances and exits in billions of dollars. Diba? Billions and billions. And it's because he has 20 years na of investment experience. Kung tayo buy, sell crypto, leverage siya, buy, sell companies that invest in crypto and Web3 space. So he started from China, nag-expand to Southeast Asia, Indonesia, KL, HK, Philippines, Pakistan, Greater Bay Area, which is Hong Kong, Macau, ganon. Then Dhaka, and some parts of China. So, ayun, nag-expand siya sa Asia, particularly ASEAN region. And surprise, surprise, ang dami niyang investments sa Philippines. And you can see some here, flowerstore.ph, di ba? If you order roses last February, mga may jowa. Yun, Cloud Eats. Yun, Kumu, if you're familiar with that. Tier 1, di ba? Kung mahilig ka sa ML and other e-games, investor siya dun. Investor siya even before pumutok sila. Kaya ang galing niya. Ang ganda ng track record. Billions of dollars. And if you see that, Animoca brands. Animoca, galing, di ba? So sabi niya, investing is not just about making money, it's about aligning your investments with your values and making a positive impact in the world. Sinabi niya sa akin and sa crowd na hindi ako nag-i-invest in a company na sablay yung values nila. Dapat okay yung values nila, and aligned kami. Yon. And this is another thing he said, aside from the values which Boss Z and I really preach about, there is no such thing as bad weather, only inappropriate clothing. And I'm like, ha? Gulat ako. Di ba dapat pag bull market, bear market, bad weather yun? Hindi. Mag-adjust ka. Kung bear market, adjust mo yung clothing mo. Adjust mo yung trading style mo. Adjust mo yung strategies mo in the down market. I'm like, wow, ang lalim ng sinabi niya. No such thing as bad weather, only inappropriate clothing. So it's up to us how to pivot in this bull market na medyo sideways na ngayon. Diba? And one of the things na sinabi niya is, kung bull market, dapat focus mo is growth. Aggressive ka and you should be increasing profit, adding value to the company and to people. Pero pag bear market, you should be cutting cost. Dapat less aggressive and you trim your expenses. You won't be focusing on growth, but you'll be focusing on the expenses. You need to cut costs. So this is also biblical kasi sabi ng Proverbs 27:23, build diligent to know the state of your flocks and attentively care for their needs. So, syempre, this is Solomon and David's time na agricultural siya and yung mga tupa, yung mga sheep, inaalagaan niya. Alam niya yung needs nila. So, if you can't relate to sheep, siguro if you have a dog or a cat, ganun, yung may mingming ka or doggy ka. Siyempre, dapat alam mo yung state niya, di ba? Ito, kanina pa nang gumiyaw yung cat ko kasi gusto lumabas pero bawal. So dapat alam mo like kailan siya mag-i-injection, anong pagkain niya, ano yung favorite hobbies niya, how to maintain your dog or your cat, ano yung exercises niya, di ba? Para di long life and happy tayo lahat. So how are we with being diligent with our portfolios and our businesses, 'di ba? Yung trading natin, diligent ba tayo or petics na? Kasi ang daming airdrop farmers nag-quit na. Kasi parang paldog ako sa Hamster Combat or all these other airdrops. Ang tinatamad na ako. Wala na, 'di ba? So, diligent ka pa ba? Dapat pivot na to other things eh. So, point number 1, understood the assignment. Are we following God? Are we doing what God is calling us to do? And are we pivoting with the right strategy in this market? Point number 2 is save, spend, splurge. Yeah, save, spend, splurge. SSS. Kasi Proverbs 21:20 says, the wise man saves for the future, but the foolish man spends whatever he gets. And this is the meat of the message today na ang daming crypto traders, pag nakahawak ng malaking pera, ginagastos na nila agad. Number 1, I keep seeing that everywhere. Crypto, Twitter, Facebook, cellphone. Pinoy keep buying cell phones with their gains. Nothing wrong with that. Pero syempre, pag ginastos mo lahat, brand new, iPhone 16 Pro Max, 1 terabyte, di ba? You don't need that. Even if like, oh, okay lang to, pang airdrop farm to. Sure ka ba? Next time, paldo ulit, di ba? We don't know. We don't know. Nothing sure. Even Bitcoin could go down later tonight pa nga eh. But I know what's sure is that Jesus saves. Jesus is the Savior. And it's a play on words. Mag-iipon si Jesus. He saves talaga. Here's one example in the Old Testament. This is the story of Joseph and Pharaoh. So, si Joseph, boss niya si Pharaoh. Tapos na naginip si Pharaoh. And walang ma-interpret yung dream niya kasi sobrang lakas ng panaginip niya na feeling niya may pinapagawa si God sa kanya. Pero di niya alam pa. Or ano. Yan na. Then Joseph said to Pharaoh, the dreams of Pharaoh are one. God has revealed to Pharaoh what he's about to do. Yan o. May pinapagawa. Gagawin si God. The 7 good cows are 7 years, and the 7 good ears are 7 years. The dreams are one. The 7 lean and ugly cows that came up after them are the 7 years, and the 7 empty ears blighted by the east wind are also the 7 years of famine. It is as I told Pharaoh, God has shown to Pharaoh what he is about to do. There will come 7 years of great plenty throughout the land of Egypt. Wow, good year, 7 paldo years for Egypt. But after that, there will arise 7 years of famine, and the plenty will be forgotten in the land of Egypt. So paldog, 7 years of paldog. And the famine will consume the land, and the plenty will be unknown by the land by reason of the famine that will fall, for it will be very severe. So yung sobrang bad times, famine sila. So sobrang dulog ng country, wala silang makain, walang pagkain. And the doubling of Pharaoh's dreams means that the thing is fixed by God and God will shortly bring it about. Now, therefore, let Pharaoh select a discerning and wise man and set him over the land of Egypt. Let Pharaoh proceed to appoint overseers over the land and take 1/5 of the produce of the land of Egypt during the 7 years of the plenty, and let them gather all the food of the good years that are coming and store up them up grain under the authority of the Pharaoh for food in the cities, and let them keep it. That food shall be reserved for the land against the 7 years of famine that are to occur in the land of Egypt, so that the land may not perish through the famine. So, ano sinabi ni Joseph? Sabi niya, yung 7 years na good years sa sobrang daming pagkain, magtabi tayo ng 1/5 of the good surplus food. So yung mga bigas, yung karne, tabi tayo for the bad times that are coming. Yung 7 bad years. Kasi sobrang lala ng bad years. And this is what he did. Joseph was 30 years old when he entered the service of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. And Joseph went out from the presence of Pharaoh and went through all the land. So pinomote ni Pharaoh si Joseph. Sabi niya, sige, tulungan mo kami, gawin mo yan. During the 7 years of plenty, the earth produced abundantly, and he gathered all the food of these 7 years, which occurred in the land of Egypt, and he put the food in the cities. He put in every city the food from the fields around it. And Joseph stored up the grain in great abundance, like the sand of the sea, until he ceased to measure it, for he could not be measured. Sobrang dami niyang bigas. Surplus, di ba? Kabaliktaran ng Philippines ngayon, sobrang big importer na tayo. Ito, he could export. So that's good saving habits. And because of that, dumating yung 7 bad years because sa sobrang dami nilang bigas, nabenta niya yung bigas at a profit. Lahat sila lumalapit sa kanya for a profit. So nakasalo siya. Paldo si Joseph and paldo yung Pharaoh. But here's the thing. How about us? 2045 na. Nakailang bull market na ba tayo? Ako, personally, 3 na. 2017, yung nag 1M si pesos, si Bitcoin, 20 tau USD yun dati. Yung 2021, yung NFTs. And then ngayon, yung umabot na 108, 109,000 Bitcoin, Trump pump, di ba? Ayun, bumagsak tayo, pullback. Kamusta naman habits natin? Is it still the same? Or are we back to zero ulit? These are some of the habits that will make you poor. You can take a screenshot, watch the replay. Pero syempre, yun nga, you need to pivot this 2025 because these habits will keep you poor. And no matter what bull run comes, siguro, I don't know, 2026, 2027, kung bulok pa rin habits natin, we will still be poor no matter what. And then when the bad times come, yung super bad times, in the future, kawawa ka. Ikaw, ako, kawawa if we have bad habits. Kasi if you notice, rich people and poor people actually spend their money differently. You see, rich people, di ba, when they earn money, nagbumibili sila investments. Bitcoin, real estate, businesses, di ba? Sometimes they buy a new car pag may extra cash. They spend on their dream house and they spend on vacation. Ayun. Pero pag poor, earn, spend everything. Zero savings. Lahat gastos. Di ba? Deserve ko to. Which is uso ngayon. Add to cart. Spend on everything. Yun yung mali. Buy Bitcoin. Joke lang. Di ba? Tabi kayo. Tabi kayo for investment. That's why you're traders, di ba? What's the use of trading? Tapos yung profit mo, cash out lahat. You spend it all. Tapos pag trade mo, hindi naman 100% win rate eh. Matatalo ka. Eh di back to zero. Negative ka pa nga eh. Kasi gusto mo bumawi eh. Revenge trade ka pa. Mas lalo ka magiging negative. Magiging ano ka, anonymous Coinfessions user ka. So we want to avoid that. And this is the secret of the 99 people that don't know. They don't save. It's biblical. Luke 14:28-30. Suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? Or if you lay the foundation and are not able to finish it, everyone who sees it will ridicule you, saying this person began to build and wasn't able to finish it. So it's also applicable today. Ako, I personally am a real estate broker. I've seen so many people, they take out loans to buy a lot, then they take out another loan for construction. 'di ba? Confident sila kasi OFW or okay yung business, but it's not always the case. Like tong pandemic, lockdown lahat. The OFWs lost their jobs. I have some friends lost their jobs. They weren't able to complete the payments. Penalty. Ayun, foreclosed na. Not only the house, but the lot. Same thing with businesses, di ba? When bad times come, budurog, over-leverage ka sa loans, di mo matatapos yung bahay mo. Some people cash rich pero nung naubos, 'di ba? Constructions na delay yan eh, lalo na in the Philippines na pinapabagal ng mga tao, nagpa-overpromise mga tao, 1 year, 2 years matatapos bahay, naging 3, naging 4, budget mo 1M, naging 1.2, 1.5, di pa tapos. It happens. So you need to set aside the budget and save it on it. Save on the important things with the budget. So you think you can save? Kasi tayo, ako, millennial ako, si Boss Z, millennial, si Mrs. Z, Gen Z. And I'm sure some of you are watching are Gen Z. So Gen Z, lamang ang Gen Z. Mas uh, paldo sila sa saving. They have great, better habits in saving compared to us millennials. And they stick to the budget often. And I feel like that's what millennials can learn from the Gen Zs. It's to save again and to stick to the budget. Diba? And ano ba yung goal na per generation? Each generation kasi has a different goal eh. Like yung mga matatanda na baby boomer, syempre, ang dami na nilang success, di ba? Success sila sa buhay. Sumakses sila, di ba? So, vacations na yung priority nila. Piece of fare or business class na nga, hindi na piece of fare, di ba? First class na, yung may shower sa airplane, like Emirates or Singapore Airlines. Health nila, so you can buy better healthcare, hindi ka public hospital, pang private ka na, may emergency fund ka pa if you're older. Going to Gen X, syempre you're getting older na, 40s, 50s, health na rin number one. Transportation, that's why you see a lot of older guys with their sports cars or more cars for their kids and their families. And syempre yung bills nila. You gotta pay the bills. Millennials, eto na surprise oh. Bahay, okay. Pero yung pets, my God, what? Bakit? Kasi yun pala, di ba? Because of the clout. Eh, syempre, masarap magka-pet, di ba? Mag-dog, doggo, di ba? Millennials calls dog, doggo and catto. So, di ba? Kailangan mo bumili ng stroller for your dog and your cat as you're going to Rockwell or in the Makati posh villages. Dapat naka-stroller si Ming Ming and si Doggy. Tapos yun, magva-vlog ka with your wireless mic and wireless camera. A day in the life of a pet influencer. And syempre, pambayad ng loans. So if you have loans, please get rid of them, di ba? ASAP. Si Gen Z, they're saving up since bata pa sila for education. So sometimes for their school, master's degree, further habits or further skills or like the trading courses that we have of ZFT. Grabe yung plug, di ba? So saving up for education, very good. They also like to pay for rent kasi housing is very expensive. Mahal na mga bahay dito and ngayon is condo backlog, di ba? Until who knows when. So rent muna ngayon before you can buy your own condo or own house, di ba? Electronics, mga gadgets, di ba? iPhone, iPad, wireless mics, yung cameras so that when you go on vacation, may recording, may proof, may clout, and you can post it on TikTok for the for the views and likes, di ba? So each generation is saving for a different thing. And it's okay lang, pero it could be better kasi I'll show you later why it's bad. There's something wrong with this system and there's something wrong with the findings that this study made. Usually kasi, save or splurge, dapat may sistema ka. Is my business covering this? Yes, di ba? ROI ba yan? Yes. Yes, do it. Kung no ROI yung business, don't invest in it na. Do I have time for this project? No, don't do it. Is my business covering yung budget ko? Yun. So yung trading mo, if nag-cash out ka, magagamit ko ba yung cash na to for another business or another asset? And this is what I use. And you can use this as well. It's free naman, no? You can modify it pa. Save, spend, splurge. Kasi concern ko is 99% of the crypto traders in the Philippines, they do not save. Spend or splurge agad. Walang thought flow. Walang ganitong chart flow. It's just, basta cash out, maka-cellphone na ako or maka-abroad na ako or maka-party na ako, happy na sila. Pero syempre, That's when the bull run was. Kung bear market, ano mangyayari? Where's the sustainability in the markets? Remember, in bad weather, you have to adjust your clothing. So kung right now, Bitcoin's going down again. Nag-break out siya sa MA20 and I think it was MA100. Di ba? Pullback na naman. Will the MA support it? We don't know. Kung bumagsak ulit, kawawa. Kasi there's so many uh, things happening in the crypto. Like in bull market, anong ginagawa ng mga tao? Bumibili ng Lambo, bumibili ng kotse. Di ba? If you can see on crypto Twitter, yung mga foreigners, they buy cars. Minsan, rented pa nga yung ibang car eh. They buy bottle service, ayun no, like this one. They buy houses, spend agad sila, gastos agad. Bakit? Ngayon lang sila nakahawak ng malaking pera eh. Dapat ininvest nila in another business or in another industry. Eh wala. Bumili sila, ang dami ng stories lumalabas ngayon, wala nang pambayad, na-repossess yung kotse. Yung bahay, na-repossess rin. Yung mga bottle service, syempre, umalis yung mga friends na nilibre nila ng alak, wala nang alak-alak. Down na rin yung party scene sa uh, abroad. And you can see it na Gen Z is spending less and less on alcohol and bars are complaining about it. If you watch on TikTok, uso na nga sa labas yung coffee shop clubbing. Nagka-club sila sa coffee shop sa mga 4, 5, 6, ganun, tugs. Kasi wala na nga pera pang alcohol. Nobody wants to spend so much on alcohol anymore. Because syempre, people want to spend on food. The number one thing that people spend on, food and drinks, food sa resto, kakalabas ng Tatler, top 20 bars and cafes sa Philippines, Michelin star is here. So syempre, people will spend more for the food here. Entertainment, ang dami ng concerts dito, dami ng festivals, apparel, yan, add to cart na yung mga damit, health and beauty items, yun. Like Korean skincare or Japanese skincare, na-add to cart mo na eh. Don't need to go to Japan. There are resellers here na konting markup lang, tapos add to cart, ship to your door. Happy na ako. Here we go again. Gadgets, cellphone, iPad, computer, travel. Again, nothing is wrong. Okay lang to lahat, pero you have to set a budget and stick to it. Kung wala kang budget, wala kang savings, and you buy these things, number one, yun yung mali. Yun yung nagpapadurog ng traders. And 99% of crypto traders will fail. Lumalabas na ngayon sa crypto Twitter. I'll show you screenshots later. And lumalabas na rin in our local Philippine scene. You can see it na eh, Bitpinas Confessions. More will come out. So, this is interesting kasi credit cards ngayon are linked to your Shopee. And it's not just Shopee, Lazada, add to cart, credit card agad. It's buy now, pay later. Meaning, installment pa. 0% down, tas installment pa. Tas credit card pa. So, di mo feel. Di mo feel yung sakit, pero mas mahal siya, mas mataas yung cost. And a lot of people are falling into this trap. Diba? So, be careful. This is one of the traps na hindi dinidiscuss ng mga registered financial planners and other stuff. And this is a warning. Sino ng mga nasunog sa meme coin because of an influencer? Taas kamay. Because right now, a lot of influencers are on TikTok and they're promoting their product. Remember, Yellow Basket, add to cart, ayan na. Because more people are shopping on TikTok. And you have to be careful because syempre they get a commission from your the sales. Pero yun nga, you might end up buying things that you don't need because of these influencers. Kasi magaling sila mag-content, they're very influential, maganda yung influencer or sexy or guwapo, di ba? Tapos parati pagkain yung kinakain nila, tapos sinasabi nila parati, this is the best steak ever. Tapos ilan steak na ba yung kinain mo? Di ba? Ako, I have a steak ranking. I've eaten over like 20 restaurants. Pero di ba? Some of these people, 1 or 5 lang restaurants. Ito na best steak. Ito yung pinakamasarap. Di ba? Hinahype nila. So don't fall for that, guys. Syempre, sometimes the restaurants pay them to say that. Chiching, instead of hiring a celebrity, hire an influencer na lang. Kaya ingat lang, guys. Commission basis. But I respect the hustle. Get that bag, di ba? So ingat tayo. Be like the ant. Kasi in Proverbs 6:6-8, go to the ant, you sluggard, consider its ways and be wise. It has no commander, no overseer or ruler, yet it stores its provision in the summer and gathers its food at the harvest. Kahit langgam, marunong mag-save, di ba? Ang galing. Wala nagsasabi sa kanila mag-save, pero alam nila. Proverbs 6. And that's the design of God. And syempre, we have to link this to anime. Ang daming ant. This is the next arc, di ba? Si, what's his name? Beru ata eh. So yung ant, alam ni Solo Leveling na nagsasave siya. That's why dudurugin niya eh. Di ba? Spoiler alert. Sorry. Pero syempre, alam mo na the bida will always win. And lahat ng naipon na eggs and the ants and the ant queen will die eventually. Syempre, kasi imba si idol natin. Di ba? Si Sung Jin-woo. And does Sung Jin-woo save? Of course he does. He saves money for the better gear, di ba? If one of the past seasons, nakaipon siya ng pera to buy, was it flame resistant or magic resistant gear to enter the demon castle? Ayun. Because of that, he was able to save his mom. He saved ingredients for the elixir of life. Wow, sobrang otaku and weeb ko. So he saved his mom with the elixir of life. So yun. Saving is very important. That's what I'm drilling. Save now. Kasi ngayon, medyo okay pa yung times. In the future, we don't know what will happen. Diba? Magdurog pa kayo. We don't know kung ceasefire or hindi. We don't know if bridges will fall or I made this PowerPoint pa weeks ago eh. We don't know kung, di ba, it could be your last day. Tas, look what happened. Boom. Ngayon, just now, there was a NLEX bridge na tinamaan. 3 weeks to repair. So, traffic na naman, NLEX. Good luck. Inflation going up, cryptocurrency and other assets going down. You don't know what investment is going to do well, and we don't know what will happen in the geopolitics. But I know that if bad times come, people do not save, madudurog kayo, mahirapan kayo, kapit patalim in Tagalog. So you guys, ngayon pa lang, bull market or going to the bear, save money. And this is not a popular thing in the crypto world. Kasi crypto culture natin, di ba? Lambo to the moon, gastos agad. Eh, look what happens pag bear market. Lumalabas yung McDonald memes, di ba? I have a McDo hat upstairs. Yeah, I should give it away in the future. We have to break these habits. So as millennials, syempre, these are the habits that we have to break. Diba? Relying on credit cards, sticking to the budget, no budget at all, no emergency fund pa nga eh. Yung kailangan may trending, like Labubu, have to buy it. Yung mga YOLO mindset, I deserve ko to. Di ba? Mga bisyo, mga always wanting convenience, yung Shopee. Sometimes the item itself is cheaper if you go to the store mismo. And if you have like a discount card pa, di ba? Not prioritizing career and self-growth, always gastos, but yung mga lessons, yung mga courses, di mo pinapansin. Not in contributing to investment plans, di ba? There are some good insurances out there and making excuses. So, is there a bad thing in your heart? Sometimes kasi we always buy things because of these influencers or because of these friends and family who have that thing and you want that thing rin. Tawag doon envy, inggit. Is there any inggit in your heart? Kasi I know crypto traders, ganun eh. May Lambo siya, bibili na ng Lambo. In fact, with all the crypto events I went through last year, there was always a Lamborghini outside the event. Yun yung kultura eh. You have to make enough money to retire, the quote-unquote, retire the bloodline. And syempre, Lambo to the moon. You have to buy a Lambo para successful ka, not a Tesla or a BYD. Inggitan. Are you making emotional purchases? Kasi deserve ko to, kailangan ko to, tapon ko na yung budget ko, tapon ko na yung saving plan ko. Are we seeking comfort in material things? Like, ito, nagpapasaya sa akin. Yun yung mali. And that's my question for you guys. Are we saving just for the sake of saving? Or are we saving because we want to buy something? Nowadays, uso kasi, I'm going to save that money. Pag-ipunan ko to para pambili ng cellphone or bahay or kotse. Yung mindset is you're saving to spend. Kasi these are the successful people in crypto. Bumili sila ng maraming bahay and cellphone and kotse kasi paldo sila. Yung mali, you should be saving for the sake of saving. Saving kasi may emergency fund. Saving kasi may pang-ikot ako pera. Diyan lang, bank account. Tapos kung may new investment opportunity that comes, pull ako dito. Yun yung logic ko. And I hope na in the future, ma-sharean ko to sa inyo. And whenever what year you're watching this from, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, saving for the sake of spending is always the norm. And we have to break it. You have to be countercultural. Because if not, you will end up poor. And there are a lot of influencers going down right now. They're ending up poor. Kasi yun nga, they didn't sell, na rug pull, na scam. Tapos wala silang natabi. Hindi sila nag-take profit cash out safe. Ayun. Look what's happening now. You're seeing it. Nagiging toxic. So what's happening? Nag-aaway na sila. Di ba? Wala nang market eh. Hindi away na lang tayo or gawa na lang tayo content. Diba? Siyempre, some of these influencers are being paid by the airdrop companies, siyempre, to promote the airdrop. Tapos yun pala, walang pera. Diba? That's the secret. Kaya when you see TikTok and the FB and crypto Twitter, bakit pa ulit-ulit pinopromote ng influencer na tong project? Bakit sabay-sabay lumalabas yung project videos and content ngayon lang kasi may budget si airdrop company. Anyway, secret lang yun. Open secret. Point 3, diversify. So point number 1, understood the assignment. Are you doing what God is calling you to do? Which is connected to diversify actually. Number 2, save, spend, splurge. Do you have a plan in place of saving, spending, and splurging? And are you just saving for the sake of spending? Yung mali. Dapat may emergency fund ka talaga and savings just in case. Magkaiba yung dalawa. Yun. Point number 3, diversify. Ecclesiastes 11:1-6. This is Solomon. The context is Solomon, the wisest and richest man in the Bible. Ito yung sinabi niya. Invest in many ventures. Ship your grain across the sea. Bigas na naman. After many days, you may receive a return. Wow, ROI. Invest in 7 ventures. Yes, in 8. You do not know what disaster may come upon the land. If clouds are full of water, they pour rain on the earth. Whether a tree falls to the south or to the north, in the place where it falls, there it will lie. Whoever watches the wind will not plant. Whoever looks at the clouds will not reap. As you do not know the path of the wind or how the body is formed in a mother's womb, so you cannot understand the work of God, the maker of all things. Sow your seed in the morning and evening, let your hands not be idle, for you do not know which will succeed, whether this or that, or whether both will do equally. So in summary, mag-diversify tayo in other industries. Wala akong explanation. So if we go verse by verse, sabi dito, invest in 7 years ventures or in 8. So invest ka in 7 things or 8. Wag lang ka lang puro Solana kung Solana Maxi ka or ETH kung ETH Maxi ka. Mag-diversify ka. And this is what I did back in the bull market. Na kwento ko na si Boss Z, he first bought an ETH NFT. Sabi ko, wow, ba't ginagawa nito? Ba't siya bumibili NFT? May picture JPEG ng dog. Tapos paldo siya. Tapos lumipat siya to Solana. Tapos doon na siya nagtumutok. And nag-diversify siya doon. Ako, sa ETH ako tumutok. Tapos doon ako nag-diversify. So both of us, paldo naman. Because you don't know which one will do bad. Because after that, ang daming ding NFTs na lumabas. Like yung Sui NFTs, AVAX NFTs. Wala naman. Everybody was in ETH. OpenSea was the king. Then dumating Blur and ETH pa rin yun. Pero yung other NFTs, di na sumakay. Tapos guess what? Dumating yung bear market. 99% of the NFTs projects failed. So buti nilang naka-out ako, naka-exit ako, tapos umikot ako ng capital. Kasi yun nga, verse 3, 4, 5, you don't know what will happen in the future. Yung charting, yung crypto, yung trading, we can make a educated guess. We can make a forecast. We can speculate, but we're not sure. We could still be wrong. And syempre, that's why may stop loss tayo, di ba? Pero if you're wrong, sana small losses lang and not big losses. Yun yung masakit. Yun, big loss on tama. You lose big money on a loss. Yun yung masama. And that's what we want to avoid. Dapat kung mali ka, dapat small loss lang. And that's one of the lessons here in Ecclesiastes 11:1-6. Always keep planting kasi you don't know what you'll harvest. So your seed in the morning, kasi in the future, we don't know what will happen. Keep investing. Keep diversifying because we don't know what will happen. Yun yung sabi ni Ecclesiastes 11. So, syempre, Boss Z and I have been posting videos in Discord na medyo bearish, medyo negative. There's something happening na we don't see. So, kaya bearish, bear market, ano yung gagawin natin? How will we pivot? What if we're wrong? Bullish pala. Umakyat ulit si Bitcoin back to 100,000. Ano yung pivot? We don't know, di ba? Prepare just in case. Dapat nag-invest ka na. So, I posted this in the previous lesson na in 2020, may bracket na tayo. by social classes. Low, lower, middle, upper, but not rich, rich. Our goal, syempre, of you watching and me is to be rich. That's our goal. This is 2020 pa. 2025 na. So siguro mga 250 tao na yan. Adjusted inflation or 300 tao. Per month. Yan na. Naklik. Per month. So you have to shoot for this goal. Shoot for this goal, guys. Let's be rich in 2025. And how do you do that? By saving. Let's save, guys. This is my personal plan. You can adjust it rin. I've told people dit na rin na yung needs ko like rent, water, electricity, food, ito yung budget ko, half. Yung savings ko, investing, 20% of what I make. Yung luho, yun, 20% rin. Ma-travel, ganun. And yung tithe offering, 10. Sometimes when God tells me or asks me to donate more, kumukuha ako sa wants ko or needs ko. Depende. So, doon ako dumudukot. And update. So, this is what happened to me this year versus the last time I spoke. So, ngayon, I have long-term bonds kasi bonds are doing good naman. So, it means na may income ako coming in from these bonds. May middle term time deposit rin. So, yun. Every 30 days, 60 days, may income ulit ako. Right now, it's no big secret na I'm into painting and artwork kasi yun yung pinapagawa ni God sa akin. Ito yung assignment ko. This is just for me, not for you. I don't know ano yung pinapa-invest ni God sa inyo. Pero for me, I've seen some artworks na good deal. Bear market daw for some galleries. So, kinuha ko na. So, right now, 80% of my portfolio is paintings now. So guys, kung hindi pa nyo pa nagagawin ganito, you can do it. Just look for a pie chart maker. Tapos compute nyo lang, input nyo lang yung money nyo doon and lalabas naman yung ganito. Dati, nung younger ako, if you've seen in my previous videos, crypto was all in. Like 50, 60, 70% ako crypto. Lahat ng pera ko binabato ko sa crypto. Mali. Kasi ngayon, nung umikot na, in-out ko na. Nag-diversify ako sa iba. That's why I have 15% in businesses, other businesses pa. May emergency fund tayo. May gold. I've been buying gold kasi yun nga all-time high. Because of war, all-time high si gold. May insurance na ako. May lending ako. Utang ako for an interest. Close na. Huwag kayong magbautang sa akin. Tapos may play money rin ako. So that's my want. I'm saving up to buy a watch. Kasi another watch, another day tayo. So why am I showing you this? So this is how I plan and strategize. Kung bull or bear market, may natabi ako. So all of these things are pumping in cash for me para maging rich ako in 2025. And I want to just share na you can do these things well. You don't need a degree or an MBA. Diba? Wala naman nun. You just need to have discipline to save for the right things. And syempre, connected ka kay God. Ano ba pinapabili mo? I've kwento ko na in my previous videos na God told me to buy gold, a lot of gold nung 2023. Nung 2,000 USD pa siya. Ayun, 3,000 na ngayon. So, paldo ulit. Slow investment. Funny story nga eh. Yung mga nakikinig sa akin sa gold, hindi lalaki, babae. I buy gold bars and coins. Yung mga babae, una, gusto nila bar and coin. Maya, mas ayoko na bumili ng gold bar, gold coin. I'm like, ha? Bakit? Gusto bumili ng alahas. I want my necklaces and earrings and rings. I'm like, bakit? Kasi gusto makita ng mga tao yung gold ko. Ayoko yung bar and coin lang, nakatambak lang sa vault. Gusto makita ng tao yung gold ko. I'm like, sure, okay lang. Go. Gold is gold. Yeah, gold watch rin. Go lang. 'Di ba? All time high eh. Ganun eh. Bull market si gold. So why not? 18 karat, 24 karat, go lang. Ayun, happy sila. And in case of emergency and war, they can sell that, di ba? Yung bit-bit. History lesson, ng World War II, yung bit-bit mga ninuno natin, mga lolo, lola, di ba? Parating yung mga foreigners to invade us, the colonizers, what did they do? Run to the provinces with Bitcoin? Wala. Wala pang Bitcoin dati. Stocks? Wala. Gold. It's gold. That's what boomers want. So that's why ang daming bumibili ng gold ngayon. Lalo na China and America. Kaya I don't know what BSP doing selling gold. So these are some of the crypto influencers I look up to and respect. They were at the Rift. And if you missed it, okay lang, pareho tayo. I had a family event. Pero what I like about them is they diversify in other businesses and other things as well. Like si Boss Marvin Favis, he's openly shared on TikTok na ang dami niyang businesses rin. So it's not just crypto. Meron siyang social bar, may KTV siya, JTV pa nga, may hype bar siya, may condo rental siya, may restaurant siya, may food park siya. So he's very smart into diversifying his crypto gains into other industries. Hindi all in shot sa crypto. Iba-ibang Web2 businesses pa. And it's not just resto or bar lahat. Iba-iba yan. May rental pa yan. May condo rental. Food park pa. So iba-ibang industries pa siya. Nightlife, pagkain, di ba? Airbnb. Ideally, we should be doing what our crypto lordies are doing. Another thing is Tito Vlogs. He was there sa Riff. Sinabi niya niyan dati na I also have a food cart business. We make kiosks where I living. If you need a food cart, yan, PM us. Same, di ba? That's smart. They diversify because they were able to save their crypto savings. So, nung bull market natin, nakaipon sila, iniikot nila sa ibang industry, bear market, di ba? O, okay lang, paldo. O here comes bull market again, yung savings or yung income na nakuha nila from Web2, di pasok ulit. Same, di ba? Same with Boss Z. I love Boss Z. What's he doing? Una, courses. We sell courses, di ba? Then personal trading. Okay, diversify tayo. Let's offer personal fund management. Okay yun. Let's also offer affiliate links. Di ba? So, ganun si Boss Z. Mautak si Boss Z. Be like Boss Z. Dapat ganun. Nagde-diversify tayo into other industries. O masterclass pa. O ngayon, I'll let my other coaches, I'll hire other coaches to do other things rin and teach rin. So I can also do other things. Ganun. Diversify is the way. Hindi lang puro take profit cellphone, take profit kotse, di ba? Wala. It'll depreciate pa. So pag gipit ka when bad times come, depreciated pa yan. Pero in good times or in bad, mo, buhay na buhay silang lahat. Why? Because they all save and they all diversify. Same right now. It's 2025. Social media monetizes you. Whatever, you just make one video, post mo FB. We can repurpose it pa nga. Post on TikTok, on YouTube, Pinterest, yan. Not Pinterest. IG, Twitter, all of them pays you for making content. Kaya ang dami ng crypto influencers ngayon. Why? Diversification. That's so smart. So you guys, you can also do the same thing if you're watching here. Kung you're inspired to do the thing, yun lang, go lang. Ako, I did it for a season, pero God told me to stop. Obey naman ako. So, ayun. Lumipat ako, crypto, gold, painting, more businesses. Paldo naman. So, good thing I obeyed and listened. Siyempre, nag-disobey rin ako in other things. Talo rin. Kaya, learn from my mistakes. Because we're going back to that verse in Proverbs 27, 23 to 27. Be diligent to know the state of your flocks and attend to your herd. Dapat alam mo ano nangyayari sa portfolio mo. Not just in crypto, but in other businesses. So, syempre, all of them have partners and staff rin to help them manage the businesses that they have. Diba? The KTV, JTV, Airbnb, Resto, food cart, or coaching, diligent sila. Because for riches are not forever, nor does a crown endure to all generations. Ito yung uso, di ba? Generational wealth. Retire your bloodline. Yun yung catchphrase ngayon 2025. But is it happening? No, not everyone. Because when the hay is removed and the tender grass show itself and the herbs of the mountain are gathered in, the lambs will provide for your clothing and the goats the price of a field. You shall have enough goat's milk for your food and the food of your household and the nourishment of your servants. So, backstory, syempre dati, agricultural system sila. So, yung goat and yung sheep, yung pagkain nila. May gatas pa, di ba? And we'd see I think someone selling Carabao milk or goat milk in the Philippines. So, medyo applicable rin naman. Yung gatas, nag-invest sila sa livestock nila, yung cow, goat, sheep. Kaya bumabalik yung investment sa kanila in good times or in bad. Why? Because we don't know what will happen in the future. Pero alam niya na good investment ang livestock for the agricultural scene. Kaya, yun. Be diligent with what you have in portfolio. So if you're a farmer, or, uso ngayon yung tilapia farming or yung crayfish or shrimp in the Philippines, whatever you're taking care of, you have to be diligent. So you question, are we diligent with our flocks? Diba? Are we diversifying? Are we saving or just spending and splurging? Because we don't know if good times or bad times are coming. Yun yung sinabi, for riches are not forever, nor does a crown endure to all generations. So baka this generation, paldo ka, next generation, bagsak ka, di ba? Do you know somebody like that? Like example is Henry C. He was really poor, but he started a shoe mart business, kaya nga SM eh. Then he passed on the malls, the banks, and all the businesses to the next gen. Kasi hindi naman forever yung bull run. And ang dami ring bull market and bear market dumaan si SM, di ba? Pero nag-diversify sila. And because of that, nag-pass down yung wealth through generations. Remember, wealth can also be squandered by a generation, like the prodigal son. So there are some stories naman na sa sobrang lavish living, lifestyle inflation, ginastos lahat ng pera ng anak. Just bagsak yung generation na yun. Kawawa. So be careful. I hope that you're not this person who spends all the money of the previous generation. You might squander it. And pagdating ng bad times, double dead ka, di ba? Yan. Kasi yun nga, we don't know what will happen. If we take good care of what God has given to us now, it may provide for us in the future. And that's what happened. Nung nag-bear market, nung crypto, iniwan ko yung iba. Diyan lang, ETH. Alam, di ba? Iwan ko lang dyan, ETH, Bitcoin. Tapos nung nag-NFT bull market, uy, nandito pa yung pera ko sa exchange, lipat ko nga sa MetaMask. What's this MetaMask? What's this OpenSea? Ano tong minting? Sige nga, bili ako Bear. I'll buy this Bear for 0.03 mint price. Maganda naman to eh. Next day, 0.12 na. I'm like, wow, grabe, 4x. This is the fastest 4x ever overnight. Right place at the right time. Why? Kasi I did not spend my ETH and my BTC. Iniwan ko lang siya doon because I took good care of it. And this may be a warning sign to you na you have to take care right now of what God has given you because we don't know kung bull or bear market na yung parating this 2025. If we do not take care of what we have, it will not be able to provide for us in an uncertain future. Di ba? Basic damas. Alam na namin yan. Pero some of you need a reminder. And for the people watching the replay, you might need this reminder again and again. Warning na to. May bisyo ka na ba that's draining your funds? Are there expenses that are draining you? Pinost ko to sa Kingdom Traders GC that it only takes a small hole to sink a big ship. We need to cut costs just in case ba-bear market na tayo, like what Mr. Gobi partner said. And syempre, double dead yan if panganay or breadwinner ka sa family mo. Kasi, di ba, ang sakit nun if bull market, pinipiga ka, tas bear market, pinipiga ka ulit while sila enjoy lang. Di ba? You have to be careful. And I don't know for who this is for, pero you might need to set healthy boundaries kasi no one will come to save you in the bear market or in bad times. I doubt if the family will come to help you if ikaw yung ATM nila. Di ba? ATM. May savings ba sila or they are just spending whatever you're giving them? Moreover, yung breadwinners may savings pa sila kasi sinespend na ng family. Ingat tayo dyan. Kasi our goal is not to squander the wealth in this generation. Dapat next gen. Diba? 2025, retire the bloodline. Pass down to the next gen. What can we pass down? Yung stock, businesses, yung real estate, financial literacy, yung education, life insurance, and multiple income streams. Diba? Like when I die, I'm not married yet. Pero syempre, yung gold, yung painting, the comic book collection, somewhere there, up there. Yung coin collection ko. Rare coins, it's somewhere up there. Yung stamps, it's somewhere there. You can pass that on, di ba? NFT, I doubt. I don't know. Pero crypto, pwede, di ba? We have to save for the next gen. Not just for us, save for the next gen. And I know that there are a lot of smart Gen Z and millennials out there. Kasi sabi ng survey, motivated ang millennial and Gen Z. Knowledgeable sila to invest. Not just to save, to invest. So yung top 3, it's to gain financial freedom for retirement and reach financial goals. We're in the right place, actually, guys. So I'm going to show you this other side ni Gobi Core na there is a dark side to investing. Di ba pinakita ko kanina, 1.6 billion USD. Pero here's the thing. 90% fail rate sila. Meaning 10% success rate. Whatever they invest in, 90% nalulugi. Sobrang sama nun, di ba, for a trader. Pero for them, as a venture capitalist, okay lang. Kasi you just need that jackpot 10% para pumaldo and to exit. They have partners, yung mga CEOs, 5 of them died, passed away. 4 of them nagdemandahan, nag-away. 3 of them may fraud, nakawan. 2 of them may issue with the founder. Diba? So you don't know nga. In the beginning, okay sila, good investment partner, pero they turned out to be bad. And one of their founders had cancer. That's the worst, diba? Trader ka, tapos nagka-cancer ka. You don't know what bad thing will happen. So you have to prepare. You have to save right now pa lang. And yun nga, here's one of my businesses. It's Deep Office. I suck at accounting. Yeah, I invested in a accounting partner. Say, hey, if you need accounting or merger and acquisition, yan, just PM that FB page. I have a partner handling it. I also have other businesses rin in different industries. Kasi I learned from my idols yun. My outdoor inflatables, si Boogie Bounce, Tales of Ilumia, my fantasy photo shoot land, Ticket to the World sa Cavite. So if you're from Cavite, yan, please support. And Food Wanderer Lakbay. Yun, ang daming kids dyan um, for our field trips and tie-ups with DepEd and DOT. So dun sila nag-field trip. So yun, industry covered. I have too much museums na nga, so I need to diversify. So yun, why am I showing you this? Kasi nagde-diversify ako. I walk the talk rin. And syempre, I'm saving enough. When you save enough money, the right partners will just come. Parang na-attract mo na lang eh. So, syempre, mahirap kung lumapit yung partner or investor. Oy, gagawa ka ng negosyo, Miles. Partner tayo. Kailangan ng pera. Ay, sorry, wala ako na pundar eh. All my money is into this meme coin or my cellphone, nakakabili ko lang. Lalabas ng iPhone 17 Pro Max. Hindi na ata Pro Max, parang Ultra na ata eh. They're changing it to Ultra. So, ayun. 100 pound na naman. Ingat lang. Bad times are coming. You have to pivot. And just like, this is the anime reference, just like my idol Song Jinwoo and Sakamoto, they also save and do other things. Like, ito, nag-diversify siya to mining. He didn't need the money, but he wanted to learn. But that's the point. You have to diversify. Sila rin, Sakamoto, nag-expand siya when he got Shin and the don't remember the other name of the Chinese girl. Pero nag-meet bond sila. So yun, nag-expand. Mas lumaki yung store nila. Aside from winning a lot of cash prizes and dodging assassin. So if you're trending anime idols are saving and diversifying, you should too. Boring. So remember, point number 1, understand the assignment. Save, spend, splurge. Diversify, and this is WAR. Yan, USDT yung points ko. So this, moving on to my final point, the T na these are all essentially the same messages in James 4:6. Sabi ni God, God resists the proud but gives grace to the humble. God opposes the proud but shows favor to the humble. Yeah, 1 Peter 5:5. And in Proverbs 3:34-35, the Lord mocks the mockers but is gracious to the humble. The wise inherit honor, but fools are put to shame. So what's my point? Bakit this is war spiritual? Because sometimes there is a spiritual war happening. And si God, He resists the proud. Yung mga mayabang, mataas tingin sa sarili, mababa tingin sa ibang tao, God resists that. So imagine Bitcoin may resistance, di ba? Untog, hindi nabasa, goes down ulit. Untog, basa, goes down ulit. Fibonacci, same. If you use that, support resistance. If you use boxes, Darvas box, yun yung tawag doon. Di ba? Kung nagre-resist doon, bumabagsak, di ba? After the retest. So what if every bull run or bear market, mayabang ka pa rin, God will resist you. Yung buong buhay mo, magre-resist ka rin. So, mababangga kay God, di ba? What happens? Downtrend. Lower resistance, yabang ka pa rin, tigas ng puso mo, downtrend. So, what happens? Ganun buhay mo, down, 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 down. Tapos wala kang savings, durog. So, maybe in 2025, we need to be humble. Be humble. Because in Ecclesiastes, ayan, Solomon na naman, behold the tears of the oppressed, and they had no one to comfort them. On the side of the oppressors, there was power, and there was no one to comfort them. So what's happening here? Yung mga inapi, inabuso, I'm not being political pero in general, mga inapi, inabuso, wala daw tumutulong sa kanila, sabi ni Solomon. And syempre, God will take justice against the oppressor. So yung mga nagsascam ng ibang tao, God will take justice. Yung mga the crimes that's happening now, God will take justice. Yung mga nanloloko, yan, crypto scene. Influencers na nanloloko ng ibang tao, ginagawang exit liquidity yung farmers, God will take justice. He sees what other people don't see. Kaya ingat lang. Kasi financially paldo ka, pero God will do something. Or in fact, Satan will do something para madurog ka. durog ka, cancer or whatever, mabangga ka, di ba? Or ma-down yung port mo, biglaan, stop loss mo, di na-start. So, ingat lang. We need to be humble. And here, the screenshots that I promised, because this is what's happening now around the world. Yeah, Twitter. And you can do research on yourself na crypto influencers are being kidnapped. Yung mga scammers nakukulong na. Ito, yung bata, nag-rug pull siya live, kinidnap yung dog niya, tapos na-dox yung family niya. Ito, one of the biggest, the Ledger co-founder and his wife were kidnapped. Buti matino yung France police, di ba? Nahuli yung kidnappers. But it could have been so much worse. So bad things are happening more and more. And this is some of the select pictures lang, syempre. Because why? Kung wala kang God and mayabang ka, you have an open door for an attack. It's a spiritual war. You know, more bad things happening. Kidnap. Di ba? Dukot. Ito, yung OnlyFans creator. You can check it. Tinutukan siya ng baril. Tapos yun, kinuha yung crypto niya. So, international pa lang to. Syempre, it will trickle down to the Philippines. In the future, pag mayabang pa rin yung mga ibang crypto influencers, ito target na sila ni God and Satan. Kasi we don't want to be proud. Dapat humble lang tayo, chill lang tayo. Sabi ni John 12:6, he did not say this because he cared about the poor, but because he was a thief. As a keeper of the money bag, he used to help himself to what was put in. So si Judas to. Nagnanakaw siya. So, what happens eventually in Luke 22:3-4, and Satan entered Judas, who was called Iscariot, belonging to the number of 12, and he went in this away and discussed with the chief high priest and officers how he might betray him. So because nagnanakaw si Jesus, siya yung treasurer ng ministry ni Jesus. So pag may nag-donate, siya nagtatago, may gastos, siya naglalabas ng pera. Yun pala, kumukupit siya. And what happened? Nasaniban siya ni Satan. Luke 22. Because demons came in through the open door, he was led to do one bad thing after another, di ba? Binetray niya si Jesus, he took the blood money, na-guilty siya, he gave the blood money back, and then he hanged himself. Nag-unalive siya. So, this was Judas' open door, the theft, the stealing. So, what's yours? Kasi maybe, in the spiritual sense, you and I have an open door for the enemy to attack you. Whether it's pride, greed, or unforgiveness, or some other thing, we have to close that door to prevent more bad things from happening. I'm not saying totally mata-stop siya. Siyempre, we live in a broken, fallen world. Pero malilesen, mawi-weaken yung bad things. Malilesen yung attacks. In Mark 31, he then began to teach that the Son of Man must suffer many things and rejected by the elder, the chief priests and teachers of the law, and that they must be killed, and after 3 days rise again. He spoke plainly about this, and Peter took him aside and to rebuke him. O si San Pedro. But Jesus turned to him and looked at his disciples. He rebuked Peter. Pinagalitan niya si Peter. Get behind my back, Satan. He said, you do not have in the mind of things of God, but the things of men. So ano context nito? Sinabi ni Jesus na kailangan kong mamatay and I will be resurrected after 3 days. Pero nagalit si Peter. Sabi niya, wag sana mangyari yan, God. Ba't ka mamamatay? It seems good, di ba? Pero sabi ni Jesus, get behind me, Satan. Sakit, di ba? Tinawag kang, uy, Satan, Satanas, get behind me. Kasi di mo iniisip ano yung pinapagawa ni God. Iniisip mo lang yung pinapagawa ng mga tao. Kasi context, gusto nila, yung disciples, na siya yung magle-liberate sa Jews in Israel. Hindi na tayo sa Roman rule kasi yung gobyerno dati under Romans sila, siya yung magpapalaya yung sa mga Hudyo sa Romans. Hindi. That's not God's plan. Eventually, in the future, but not at this time. At this time, God's plan was for Jesus to be nailed on the cross and to come back after 3 days. Pero Peter didn't see that. He wasn't focused on what God was doing. Kaya yun, tinawag siyang, get behind me, Satan. Sinabihin siyang, get behind me, Satan. Yun. So that's the open door. Kasi it's like a courtroom. Like our ex-president, he's being tried right now in the ICC. So this is not a political post, pero timing lang yung example niya na if there is an open door in your life na sin, na syempre, Satan will accuse you. eto God, oh, yung anak mo, bad, nagnanakaw, greedy, mayabang pa. And syempre, if we do not confess our sins, tatabla yan. Tutuloy yung kaso. Sige, okay. May punishment yan, may consequence. That's why we have to accept Jesus as our Lord and Savior. And we have to repent for our sins. Whatever open door we have to cancel the case that Satan has against us. In fact, one of the nicknames of Satan is the accuser. Tagabagbintang. Parang, tama ba yan? Sobrang konyo ko. He just accuses you every day. Like, ito, anak mo, mayabang. Dapat paluin yan. Because we'll see. Ay, oo nga, no? Medyo mayabang, lumalaki ulo ng crypto. Lumalaki na yung portfolio niya, not giving things to God, spending on other things, di nagdo-donate sa charity. Sige, ikaw na bala, Satan, boom. So, open door to attack. And our goal, my goal, is for you to at least close some of these doors. Diba? In 2025, we need to close the doors. Close these doors now. Kasi you don't know. Yun pala, may sumpa ka. May generational curse na that you don't know about. Like, example, ako, alcoholic ako kasi dad ko alcoholic rin. Then, ang lolo ko alcoholic rin. Diba? Sometimes may ganun. Babaera siya, babaera. Maybe you know a politician like that. Daming anak. Adulterer. It's a gen curse. Durog sa finances. Gen curse. Ano yung solution? Ephesians 6:11-13. Put on the full armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places. Therefore, take up the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand the evil day, and having done all, to stand. So may armor si God for us. We have protection. Na whatever happens na bad thing, we will be less affected and we could flourish pa nga in these unknown times, uncertain times. And I urge you, join a Christian church. Ideally, they do deliverance so they can close the door of the enemy. If you're really hungry for it, I can do it. Nasa YouTube naman yung old videos ko. Just type deliverance milestone or look for one. Ideally, nasa isang church ka that does deliverance so they can take care of you and teach you the word of God. Kasi it's not just a one-time thing. What are the warning signs na may open door ka sa kalaban? Level 1, na-affect yung property. So yung mga nakita mo sa TV, yung, oy, may gumagalaw na baso, totoo yun. Oy, may anino na dumaan sa window, oy, may nagpapakita na multo, yung lumalabas lang sa November, yung specials, di ba? Yung magandang gabi ba yan? Level 1. Level 2, ina-attack ka na. Yun na, yung like, gumigising ka na, may sugat ka, you don't know what's happening, gumagalaw yung kama mo, hindi ka makatulog, which has happened to some of my friends. Yung body mo, nagkakasakit ka, di mo lang bakit, parati may sakit, parati durog finances mo. Level 2. Level 3, na-affecting thoughts mo. Yan, you want to unalive yourself. You can't sleep. Laki ng eye bags mo. Until level 4, full level, nasaniban ka na. So these movies, syempre, yung alam mo na, yung Emily Rose, Exorcism, they're based on a true story. And there's a lot of possession stories out there, diba? Both in Catholic and in Christian circles, lalo na in the Philippines. Why? I found out na some of our kababayans, walang pera pang hospital, so sa sobrang hirap ng buhay, they turn to the albularyo, they turn to the mangkukulam, and that's, syempre, witchcraft is an open door to the enemy. Ayan na. So, syempre, nawala yung sakit or pumaldo sila, they bought the lucky charm, temporary happy sila, temporary successful, then, ayan na, level 1, then level 2, then level 3. And guess what? It's a loop. Kasi what happens, di ba? Kung bad things happen, where do you go to? Albularyo again, mangkukulam again, feng shui master again, lucky charm seller again. Oh, buy this charm para kontra. There goes your money. Oh, buy this potion. Oh, buy this service para kontra. Durog. So yun, that's the loop. Nagda-drain finances mo, temporarily nasa-stop sila, pero bumabalik pa rin yan. Siyempre, hindi sila lalabas ulit kung malakas ka. Kung mahina ka na, kung down ka na, yung durog port mo, iniwan ka ng jowa mo, you got a bad day, dun mag-a-attack si Satan. See how cunning? Ba't siya mag-a-attack malakas ka? Ito, mahina ka. Makes you doubt the love of God. Yun. Doon tayo mag-a-attack. And then, syempre, anime reference na naman. Why did I put this? Kasi may quest si God. And syempre, there are evil forces attacking our bida, si Songdripu. Songdripu. Diba? Before he was class S, he was a class E rank hunter. Durog na durog siya. Wala siyang armor, wala siyang anything. Durog siya at from the, what's this called? Spoiler alert, the architect of the game. Tama ba? Yeah, I've seen too much TikTok spoilers. So yun, there is a spiritual war that you don't know about. Kung bigla na lang siyang pumasok sa Red Gate, di ba? Di niya alam. Doon. Deaths. Ang dami namatay. So there is a spiritual war happening. And you don't know kung victor or victim ka. So ideally, we need to close these doors and be prepared for 2025. So what's my point? Recap, USDT. Have you understood your assignment? What is God impressing you to do in this market? So these are questions now you can do self-reflection. You can stop the video. I'm pretending I'm on YouTube, diba? Just recap and talk with yourselves. Talk with your spouse. Talk with your FGD. What is God impressing you to do in this market? Is it keep trading crypto? Is it save? Is it take out money? Is it invest in another thing, another industry? Is it might not even be finance related. Go home, go somewhere, start a business, look for a new job, 'di ba? Break up with boyfriend girlfriend, get a boyfriend girlfriend naman. Pwede rin, 'di ba? Forgive that person who wronged you, take care of your health minsan. So what is the assignment? What is the assignment that God is telling you to do in this market? Save, spend, splurge. Do you have a budget? Baka wala. Are you making emotional decisions when you're saving and spending and splurging? Do you have an envy problem or another issue in your heart? That's why nagugulo ka with your decisions in your heart. Are we diversifying? All-in ka ba sa BTC? Diba, there are some influencers na, oh, ito, ETH ito, or ito, Solmax ito, BTC. No, be a profit maxi. That's why, wag muna crypto lang. You should do other things. Look at our crypto idols. They're doing other things. You should be doing other things rin. If God tells you to. If that's your assignment now. But, syempre, you should diversify na rin. Just in case more bad things happen. And, syempre, finally, this is war. This is a spiritual war. Do you have a secret sin na you're hiding? There you have a sin that you're not confessing that God wants you to confess. Do you need to go through deliverance to cast out these demons? Look for a Christian church that can help you. Look for a deliverance minister. So meron sa CCF, meron Victory. I can do it rin. Just PM me rin. We'll pray about it. Pero syempre, sometimes there's a spiritual sin that our ancestors did, generational curse tawag doon, na hindi natin kasalanan. Namana nang natin yung sumpa. Na pass out down to you. So we can break that. Yun. So let's see kung ano yung pinapagawan sa sa'yo. Is it U? Is it S? Is it D? Or is it T? Because final point, as we close, Ephesians 5:15 to 16. Be very careful then how you live, not as unwise as wise, making the most of every opportunity because the days are evil. Right now, syempre, quote-unquote, golden era tayo kay BBM. Pero it's not always like that. What if something happens, di ba? Nag-aaway na yung politicians natin. Yung top 2 natin, nag-aaway na, nagbabantaan na, di ba? Assassination natin, huhukay natin yung ama or babarilin kita, blah, blah, blah. If that happens, or like China invades Taiwan. If that happens, sobrang sama nun for the market. Sobrang sama. That's why you have to be ready because the days are evil. And syempre, God will help you. God will tell you what to do as long as we're connected with Him, as long as we have the good habits, as long as we understand the assignment, as long as we're faithful with the flocks that we have, yan, save, spend, purge, as long as we're diversifying, kasi hindi man forever paldo si crypto, and as long as we confess our sins and close the doors to the demonic. So that's my point. This is video number 8. More videos to come in the future. So thank you so much, guys, for listening. If you have questions, let us know in the chat. I'm gonna end my slide share. Yung. God bless.
Thank you very much for Yeah, medyo na-late ako pero okay lang. Nabutan ko naman yung meet ng message. Thank you. Solid. Actually, ang sarap i-unpack dito ng mga ng mga
Go!
stuff. I don't know, guys, if kung may mga tanong kayo kasi this is normal na discussion namin to pagka nagkikita-kita kami ni na Miles. So, if you guys have any questions, habang dito pa, then tanong lang kayo kasi sarap ng ganitong magkwentuhan. Naalala ko, may isa akong gustong ah, ano yan, di naman i-add, more like, parang zoom in regarding generational curses. So, kasi 'di ba, like a lot of people they think that it's kind of like normal. Ganyan kasi yung tatay ko kaya ganyan din ako. Instead of like thinking na, is this actually normal? Or is this actually something that we should parang change in our household? 'Di ba? Kasi you don't know if sometimes you're in an unhealthy environment kasi doon ka nasanay eh. Yun yung na-normalize sa'yo. Wala lang. Kasi wala yun. Nakwento mo kasi yung, sabi mo, you were in the alcoholic or, yeah, actually, yun yung isang tanong ko sa'yo before na parang, Miles, malakas ka palang mag-inom, pero hindi naman kita masyadong nakita na nalalasing or what. So it's like, at least you have that control, no? Kasi sa akin, iba din like sobra sa family namin, for example, passive kami masyado. And like yung mga guys namin, sa mga lalaki, like sobrang passive namin na we just let people be even if we're getting wronged na. So parang, hayaan mo lang, ayoko na ng gulo, ganyan. Or other things. Pero like I think maganda sana kung no, like we'd have marami din kasi tayo. But yeah, I just wanted to share some of that kasi I remember before getting married, one of the things that was a discussion point was what are the generational curses na meron sa family. And one of the things that we were able to identify, especially on the side of my mother, was cancer, early deaths. And so I don't know why why bigla ko siyang na bring up, pero parang gusto ko lang siyang, maybe it's for someone out there who's listening. But we found out na a lot of the family members in our mom's side would die early. And later on, we found out that yung pinaka root cause niya was bitterness. And because people couldn't forgive, so alam mo yun, marami kasi sila na magkakapatid, tapos parang galit sa nanay or galit sa lola namin. And we would notice din na parang bakit ang bata pa ng uncle namin namatay na siya, or like and so how do I explain this? I remember that we had verses that said, forgive, and like people would ask, oh, why do I have to forgive this person? Diba? Parang siya naman may kasalanan. And we realized as we dig deeper that God's heart is just forgive. It's not for the other person, but it's mostly for you. And there was scientific evidence also that showed what would happen if bitterness and anger festered in your heart. Like it actually lowers down your immune system and nagkakasakit ka, or you're prone to all these diseases. So kung malakas ka mag-sugar, then it leads to diabetes. If kung ano-ano pang nangyayari. And I remember my mom, she was really like, I remember she really ate healthy, but she had I think, I don't know if it was lung cancer. Basta parang ganun yung diagnosis TB. Tapos biglang stage 4 lung cancer na pala. And then we were like, I remember my mom was Christian, or bakit ganito? Was it because of the fumes na nai-inhale niya because she was a chemist? And we found out na ang dami palang mga ayun nga, parang mga bitterness na nangyari within the family, and it was something na that was really rampant. I guess bitter din siya sa dad ko because meron siyang kinimkim na na I didn't know that my dad was womanizer until nung namatay yung mom ko. Tapos parang may lumabas na mga kung ano-anong well-kept secrets. Tapos yun, biglang I found out I had a stepsister. Like, oh wow, 13 years na, ano, akala ko ako yung bunso for 13 years na tago ng maayos and all these things. Pero, like, to me, that prompted me to really just forgive. And even warn my cousins, especially on the mom side, na, hey, this is something that a lot of us are not good at, relating to one another or actually forgiving or asking for forgiveness. And so we have to learn how to forgive, how to ask, even say sorry, ganun. And ayun lang, I don't know, like some people who are listening right now, probably, I think we're all humans. We all have our own issues in life or things that probably are generational curses. And so, you just wanna identify that habang maaga pa, habang maagapan pa, and really just like what Miles is sharing to us na, find a church, find people, DM Miles. If you're, habang nandun ka pa lang sa stage 1 or 2, like wag mo nang paabutin na you're being attacked or you're dun na sa oppression level eh. I believe a lot of people, especially during the pandemic, di ba? They were attacked level 3 yun eh, depression. And there were a lot of cases, you look at it in Reddit, wherein people would say, I got depressed, and then to the point wherein they would have, ano yung dreams na yun? May tawag sila dun, Miles eh. Yung
Lucid.
bangungot. No,
Ah,
no, 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 no. Yung bangungot,
sleep
tas
paralysis.
yeah, sleep paralysis. And some cases, which is sobrang, for some people, they would say, crazy or coincidence lang. But they would say, people, especially yung malalaang sleep paralysis, that they would actually see a dark figure na nandun sa, either left or right foot side of the bed that's waiting for them or nakatingin lang sa kanila, up to the point na pag, when they wake up in the middle of the night, they would see na parang sinasakal na sila, ganung level. And how much of this can be so much of a coincidence to men, or instances na coincidence yung ganyan, na they see a figure that is actually oppressing them, and you just say, you know what, I'm just clinically depressed. No, it's not. It's a spiritual attack. And so, 2025, this is a warfare year. And especially people who, are spiritually awakened, I would say that, just brace yourself, because if you don't know that you're in a spiritual war, baka magiging collateral damage ka. And there's also purpose for that. I mean, you gotta be strong, so that when the times ahead gets darker and darker, which, the Bible says it's gonna get darker and darker, you would be kind of like a vessel of light that people can go to, and then you can point them to God. Now, hey, you know what? Like, whatever you're going through, God's there. So yeah, those struggles, those pains that you're going through, lahat yan, there's purpose for it. So thank you, Miles. Sobrang solid ng ano nyo, ng really good presentation, I would say, or sharing session. I wish you could have like yung actual talaga na ano yan. There's around 25 of us, I think, or 24. Yeah, so there's 24 of us participants. Sarap ng mga ganito eh. Last meet natin kailan pa? Parang it was 3-4 Sundays ago.
Tagal na. Parang monthly na nga to eh.
Oo nga eh. Sige. Ayan. Ayan, may nagtanong saan daw yung church natin. Right now ako we're planted sa Favor. This one is medyo siya ngayon nomadic church siya ngayon. I'm not sure if it's still Podium by next Sunday. Miles, you go around, 'di ba? I think
Ngayon this year Favor muna. Podium. Pero galing akong
Yeah.
CCF and ROG, so
Yeah.
nag-aaral naman.
Yeah. Ako naman galing din ako sa iba-ibang I think it's been a very long time na I attended Victory, then I got invited a lot of times to CCF as well. And kung walang
Mm.
CCF or Victory sa isang city, dun ako usually. Pero dito lang ako sa favor na plant at the moment because dyan din kami meet ng wife ko. And we know that our assignment is serve the church, serve here in favor. So
Mm.
whoever it is within our vicinity, um, basically kung sino mga connect mates, ganyan, lahat naman yan may like I firmly believe like whoever it is that God puts in your season at the moment, then those are the people that you serve. People who are listening right now here in Trading Republic, the community, this is the community that I'm serving. So until may bagong assignment, then dito muna.
Yeah, that's true. Like ito, this very PowerPoint, this is from God. Siya nag-utos na teach about saving, di ba? If it was just
Yeah.
me, I would pump out shorter content every week or every day para boost yung algorithm. Pero syempre, that's me lang yun. That's not God na. So hindi yun mabe-bless. Ito, I'm sure mabe-bless lahat ng tao kasi siya nag-utos nito eh.
Yeah, I remember it was like my wife was saying na she was saying something like, taka, on ko nga muna tong ano ko para makita niyo rin ako kasi may isang nakikita niyo. Yeah. So I remember kasi my wife was saying about promotion, and it was an interesting topic kasi I remembered for so long na sobrang hustle porn ko na parang I gotta work. I gotta make sure that I make the most out of this bull market and do this and do that, and then try to get the millions kung ilan yung kaya ko. But now it's more of adopting the mindset that, like, I remember my wife telling me I don't want to promote myself because doing so kasi that means that I will have to within my power keep that promotion or work to keep that promotion. Whereas if
Tama.
it is God who promotes you, then that means parang stable siya. Of course, you have the responsibility to make sure then na you maintain that in a way. But if it's God's promotion kasi, the work that you have to do is less as opposed to doing it by your own strength, which is something na na-realize ko lang later on as I grow older. Sabi ko parang I've been doing so much na ako yung nag-hustle for so long. I think it's normal, especially pagka you're trying to prove something. It really depends eh. Sometimes you
season
do
din.
it because you wanna, like, everybody has their own reasons why they do things, or probably you just wanna subukan mo hanggang sa tigas ng ulo mo eh.
Yeah. Good reminder yan to pivot. Si
Oo.
Daniel Villarreal, sabi niya, Sir, tuwing kailan may ganito? First time ko po ngayon. Irregular siya, pero all the replays ng Zoom will be uploaded on the Zflix YouTube. Nasa Kingdom playlist. Just look for it there.
Yeah.
Tapos you can backwatch na lang. And
Yes,
it's free.
yes.
Free.
Yeah.
Tapos tanong kayo kay Boss Z, Are you saving up for something, Boss Z? What are you saving?
So ako
Saving topic.
kasi saving is to me eh. Kumbaga let's say if kumita ako sa trading or yung mga yields ko, meron talaga akong system for it. It's not something like kumita ako ng malaki or I hit this, then saka ako mag-save. It's not like that. Dati ganun ako mag-isip, especially nung PSE days pa. But now I really have a system for saving. So just like when you're working and then you get your income, 'di ba? Magtatabi ka doon. So to me, ginagawa ko syempre like non-negotiable yun, tithes talaga, tithes offerings. It's around 15%. Tapos any special offerings I give it to my wife, and then later on any yields, any extra that I get, diretso kay wife yun. Tapos siya yung nag-allocate. So she takes care of the budget. And sometimes yung ginagawa ko is halimbawa if I hit more than yung pinaka-target ko, tapos may extra, bato ko kaagad kay wife yun. Tapos sabihin ko, sige, for next month or the next month, hanggang sa yung target ko is buong year na meron kaming budget. So right now, covered until August. So yeah. So August na yung covered. So I don't have, like, if I ever decide to stop, August we're good. Hanggang ganun siya. So save up for, time kasi yung sinisave mo eh. Aside from that, the monthly budgets, syempre saving up for the house, yung mas malaking house. But I don't know, really, it's more of like um strategic budget kasi siya eh. But yeah, it's like that. Parang um pag dumating kasi yung point na, if it's this year that we'll see that economic collapse happen, then
Mm.
you'd like to be, you need to have some cash, some liquidity, so that pag may mga good deals, edi prepared ka para, to take the opportunity pagka may ganun.
Yun.
And like what
Tama.
you said, di ba, na parang kapag meron kang cash that's lying around, then if the right people come, you have money to diversify. Yung parang yung opportunity na yung lalapit sa'yo. Pero ano yan, very strategic kami when it comes to that. Siguro, what I learned is diversify, um, even with those opportunities. So, hindi siya na, ano yan, parang be strategic ba when it comes to these things. Kasi I heard some people na halimbawa, yung savings nila or yung all their hard-earned cash, may dumating na opportunity tapos saktong-sakto for it. And then, biglang nag-fail yun. Di ba? Devastated ka. So, what I learned is that you have to make sure that if ever you invest into, or diversify risk to another person, you never know rin kasi. I mean, even the Bible says, di ba? Plant your seeds in many, ano yan? Many places
Fields.
because you
Yeah.
never
Tama.
know.
Mm.
So, yeah, don't invest like all in, even if kakilala mo yan or what. Syempre,
Yeah.
pray about it. Like we have our own stories about that. And recently din meron ding lumapit sa akin, ganun din yung nangyari sa kanya eh. Parang I never knew that this person could do this to me and stuff like that. But these things happen, and I think even the Bible says, 'di ba, na these things that happen to us are not something na uncommon. Like lahat tayo somewhere out there, we go through these things. Parang nang ano eh, sobrang parang sirang plaka na stories, pero these things happen. And I think we just have to always put our trust into God, especially during the hard times. Sometimes um, we learn the hard way. Sometimes um, we learn the easier way, especially if you have the right principles set in place. So, siguro ang ma-advise ko sa younger self ko and people probably who, are new to this, look for wisdom, especially in the Bible. There's this verse in the Bible that says, "Wisdom cries out, it shouts in the streets." 'Di ba? Na parang seek me or come to me. And then merong may mga go several verses down the line in Proverbs, and wisdom says that ano yan, I laugh at you because you did not seek me. Parang ito yung dahilan kung bakit nangyari siya sa'yo. So parang crazy lang na, these things are being mentioned. Pero hindi, real talk yun eh. Um, many, 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 many sorrows, troubles are in the world. So especially if you don't follow the principles of the kingdom. And so look for these principles, talk to people who are more knowledgeable than you. It's always better to learn from the mistakes of others than learn these mistakes yourself. Kasi yun, may kasama pa yung trauma minsan na kailangan mo pang i-deal with. Ayun.
Tama. Yung final questions before we close.
Yeah. It's already 10:45.
Pero ano, wait. Yeah, parang wala ng questions.
Yeah, mukhang wala na.
Mm, mm. Anyway, pray about it, guys, kasi syempre God will speak to you on what your assignment is this
Mhm.
2025 or
Yeah.
whatever year you're going through. Kasi yun. And if you have difficulty, you can just reach out to us, DM ka lang, or join our Kingdom Traders GC or sa Discord, yung Kingdom Traders chat. Doon lang kami to support you guys.
Mhm.
Kasi syempre, hindi naman to pinapagawa ni God para sa amin,
Mhm.
para yumaman kami. It's for you guys. Kasi I feel like there is the next trader or the next millionaire is out there. The next on fire Christian is out there. We're just planting seeds for the next generation. Even I don't see it. Parang yung example ni God sa akin, grabe anime talaga eh. Yung example ni God sa akin is, Miles, you're like, shit, paano niya? Jiraya. Jiraya, yan. You're either gonna train the next Naruto or the next Pain. Pero syempre, sila na bahala sa destiny nila. You just keep making this PowerPoint. Jiraya, namatay siya. Pero
Pass to
okay.
the next gen. Hindi, pero I think it's very important naman to talk about these things.
Mm,
Especially, I guess, you know, kung hindi naturo sa atin, tas alam na natin ngayon, di ba? The best thing to do is teach others.
yeah. Next generation of wealth builders. That's the tagline, di ba?
Yes, yes.
Yawn. So with that, I think goods na tayo. We'll end for today. Thank you so much, guys, for attending. Thank you sa 22. Next time, pag-giveaway ako. Yun. Tapos, yun. Replay up on YouTube. Yun. Thank you, guys. Good night.
Sige. Bye-bye. Good night.
Night.